even say Happy New Year. I haven't been here on YouTube for a while. Yeah, January is usually quite a tough month for me, work-wise. A lot of going on, a bit overtime, and I don't know. I usually lose myself a bit in the process. I feel very stressed and worried during that time, and a lot of things are out of my control, so that doesn't make it easier. And I think this time also made a mistake that wasn't good for my mental and physical health. I decided to switch gyms at the end of December. I asked customer service to transfer me to the other gym, and I never got an answer. I think after 3 weeks, I sent a new message asking, hey, what's happening? When can I expect an answer? And they lost the message. I don't know. And my original thought was that I wanted to start doing more strength training, and that's why I wanted to switch to the other gym because they have a bit more space. But then I realized actually I just love group classes so much more. I better stay with that and try to get some more strength-based trainings in. So this week I finally gone back to my favorite group classes. One of them is dance aerobic, which I find so much fun. I remember when I started it was just horrible because I wasn't able to follow at all, and in addition they have like 3 blocks that you practice individually and then you put everything together, and I think it took me like 3 or 4 times like going to that class to realize that was actually the case. I just were not able to recognize that these 3 blocks were put together, and yeah. So I have to say I felt a bit anxious to go back, and I'm like, oh no, it's gonna be so hard at the beginning again. But it wasn't. Like, obviously I wasn't able to follow 100%, but I definitely can see it. Same like with cardio step classes, even if they make new programs and new choreography, a lot of steps are still the same. So I definitely could recognize, oh yeah, I know this from before and I can incorporate it with the new stuff, and it was way easier to follow. And I also did a vinyasa class that was really nice. I really felt like on that day I definitely needed it. Then I did a class that is called Pure Strength, which is just a strength training, and you can decide yourself how much weight you want to use. And I think that's the one I will definitely stick with to kind of practice more strength training, still in a group setting then instead of like doing by myself. Yeah, today I'm actually have a yin yoga class, and tomorrow I will go to power step. So I have quite a lot of classes this week, but I see such a difference. The thing is, my brain tells me, oh, you can't go to a class, you have so much other things to do, you better cancel it and then you do something else. And I did that on Wednesday, where I had like a yoga class that I canceled because I thought like, oh, I want to do my budget and I have to tidy up a bit and do grocery shopping. And I didn't anything of these things. And I see that over and over again, that as soon as I think, oh, I give myself more time to do things, I don't do anything. But as soon as I give myself a bit constraint, like 1 or 2 things per day that I'm gonna do, it really helps me because I have such small pockets of time. I actually get something done. So, and I'm telling you that first to remind myself of doing that and keep doing it, but it might be also the case for you. I don't know. So for this weekend, I think I really want to go get back into kind of a reset mindset. I had worked a bit on goals in January, but I'm kind of still recovering from the whole month. I really want to work on like getting back into things. So for today, I think I will definitely tidy up and do grocery shopping. And I think I will definitely walk to my gym class because it is beautiful outside. It's like blue sky and we have snow. The only problem is under the snow there is a lot of ice, so I will always go with my shoes with spikes just to be careful. I've actually met several people who fell on the ice and got badly injured, so safety first. and I'm happy you're joining me for today. So I think I will first do some tidying up and doing one load of laundry, and then I think I'm gonna do some meal planning. The cat you saw was our neighbor's cat, Lillemoor. She's so cute. She's still quite young. Her fur is so soft, so yeah, she's very, very sweet. So I just did the laundry and folded everything away. I really like to watch either Alison or Michelle read, so I can enjoy some YouTube videos doing that. And now I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. Probably reading a bit. So for the past weeks, I've read Changing for Good, a revolutionary 6-stage program for overcoming bad habits and moving your life positively forward. I've read that book many times. I wouldn't say it's the best book out there, and obviously it's from 1995, so it is quite outdated. They talk a lot about fat-free food, and you're just thinking, yeah, that's not the thing anymore. Today we talk about keto, and yeah. But what stays relevant is that you are in different stages when it comes to behavior that want to change. There's a pre-contemplation stage where you don't even see the problem, where you might have friends and family pointing out to you and maybe also nagging you to change. But usually if you try to change something in that stage, it will backfire because you don't really have the motivation to change. And then when you're in the contemplation stage, you start to probably gather a bit more information about your problem, maybe reading a bit more about the health risk about smoking. So you start to get a bit more into it without having concrete plans to change. That changes when you go into the preparation stage where you actually start to plan. And in the book, they pointed out how crucial that is because I know myself, often I would like to change everything on the next Monday or the next day. And often you have to plan, you have to find the right strategies and also think about what is actually possible, what can I do, and what is kind of like too much. And I think it's very important to pay attention to that before you then switch into the action stage. And then they also talking about the maintenance, about relapses, and if there is actually a termination stage or not. I think they stated in their research that only 15 to 20% of people who change, who are self-changers, will actually reach the termination stage. And I think that was actually very interesting, kind of a bit depressing to know that only 20% actually will reach that, where they never will have that problem anymore. But it also makes sense why, for example, a lot of people who lose weight will then become health coaches, because it really helps themselves to stay healthy and at the certain weight they want to be. Personally, I had like the hope that when I've reached my goal weight, I can kind of like put that to the side and start something completely new. But at the same time, also know health and all kind of healthy eating and working out and all the mindset about it, that always interested me. So I doubt that it will go away when I reach my goal weight. So I think I have to find out a different mindset to how I will approach when I have reached my goal weight. One thing I've been working on the past weeks is to kind of switch out some of my bad habits. If you've been following along the past 2 years, you can see that I struggle a lot with overeating, especially on Fridays. And it's usually always a pizza, and I realized that the pizza is usually too big for me, but it usually doesn't taste as good if I warm it up again. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna try to switch it out with a pizza that I can make by myself, and I actually made like this smaller pizza. It still has a lot of cheese, but doesn't matter. But the size is much smaller, so, and I think that is actually the size that makes me satisfied. So this is something I have been kind of like playing around with and trying out, and I mean, it's just trial and error, and I have to say that pizza tastes amazing, so I think I will keep going with that. There's my pizza. I would say just like these small pizza slices. They're so cute. It's actually a vegetarian pizza. I have onions, paprika, tomato, and squash. And I had some fresh basil that I put on the top. I'm back from yin yoga and it was just so nice. Yeah, I think yin yoga will always be my favorite yoga. Especially like the instructor that I have had today. She's really cool. She gives so many ideas how we can modify the positions, and I mean, a lot of yoga teachers just have like a completely different aura. I feel like they're so much more connected to their bodies. I always feel very inspired when I go to a yoga class, although I really also enjoy doing yoga at home. And then I bought two things. One is this jar, and the thing is, it's totally fine, but I wish I had like a little smaller one, like kind of like this size. And they don't have that, so I have to continue searching for that, but probably I will put nuts in it. Yeah, I haven't really decided what I'm gonna use it for. And then in addition, I got a new glass container, but as you can see, it is divided, which I wanted to have for quite a long time, especially if I have meetings for like several hours. I really like to have like a snack box to, yeah, get me through the meeting. And that is kind of like complicated if I have things that I shouldn't like mush together. So yeah, happy to have gotten that. It's also nice to see that although it's almost, I think, 5 o'clock, it's still light outside. It's probably the best thing of February. It's still very cold and snowy, but the light is back and I kind of feel like life's energy is coming back into my body. I also bought some sushi for dinner, so I think I will enjoy that now. We got a lot of snow. So I didn't do much yesterday evening except for ordering groceries. I usually just go grocery shopping because it's actually too expensive to order for one person, because I think you have to order for more than 1,000 krona to don't get a fee for it. But I decided this time I'm gonna do that because I ordered several bottles of water and drinks, and I usually don't want to go several times, so I also stocked up on nuts and frozen vegetables and all of that. That is quite heavy to carry, and they deliver it on Sunday where we usually can't do grocery shopping, which is kind of cool. So today I'm gonna go and do a group class called Power Step, and on my way home I will call my friend Melina. We try to talk to each other every Sunday, so looking forward to hear from her. Oh yeah, and I also cleaned out the fridge. Let me show you. So I cleaned out and tidied up the whole fridge. So usually for me it's really important that I see everything, and I definitely want to have more of these. Yeah, helps definitely to keep up my overview, what you have, what you don't have, what you have to eat as soon as possible. I'm back from Power Step. Oh, it was a tough class. I took a break, like one song I just took a break outside, but otherwise it was a lot of fun. Actually walked home and listened to a podcast about inner child work. I will go into detail about what I'm working on, like healing, attachment style and all that in other videos. Yeah, but the podcast was basically about the different inner child archetypes, like the overachiever and the caretaker and the underachiever, the rescuer. There were several more which I've forgotten about, but I identified mostly probably with the rescuer, I think. And I think with that, I will end the vlog here. I'm really happy to be back on YouTube, being able to upload more consistently again, and so happy to see you here. And yeah, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. See you next week. Bye.